Sessions and lessons unscripted. Oh yeah. Where the groove gets lifted. Ooh, don't miss it. Clap your hands, lean in. We're gifted.
Wow, this is how we're starting already. Hey there, everyone. This is Joel, your buddy, Joel Rosario, host of Sessions and Lessons Unscripted. And why are you giving me... What's wrong?
I'm having the issue.
She's like out of it over there. Like, what's going on?
Ooh. No, I'm good. I'm good.
So I think this is what's happening right now, people. Please stay tuned. So Gloria was a little verklempt, a little stuffy, whatever, and she decided to eat some kind of hot chips, and now she's like, made upside down. Her nose runs, her feet smell.
Ooh. Yeah. That was a little bit more spicier than what I was anticipating.
Come on now.
It's Pringles hot honey flavored. Highly recommended. Oh, excuse me.
And if anyone at Pringles wants to be a sponsor, here we are. All right. Anyways, Joel Rosario, your host. And of course, Glow,
Ooh, I'm done.
number one. My goodness, should we stop recording?
No, we're good. Let's keep going.
Gloria, how are you? Besides melting over there.
I'm not melting. It was just, it went down.
You usually handle the heat hot more than I do.
No, but what happened was is that it went down the wrong pipe. So my throat is burning in a way that I'm not used to.
Wow. Okay.
Anyways, hi guys. How's it going?
I hope everybody's doing well out there. In our camp, things are okay.
Quiet.
Well, I know I'm doing okay. I mean, I could be better, I guess, but whatever. I'm still here, still, fighting a good fight, I guess. Gloria, how are you doing?
I'm okay. I've been off of work almost a month now. A little over a month. I go back in a few weeks. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Just looking forward to getting started on a new routine.
Yeah, I think that would be really good because then it's like you're not kind of... Well, I know when I was grieving and I was, I took some time off of work and, whatever. It's both a good thing and a bad thing because it's good because you get to kind of like not have to deal with the hassle of other people and going to work and doing all, just being with life, I guess. But then at the same time, it's like I'm just going to speak for myself. There was like this loneliness and just kind of like confusion and like, it's like now you're, in my case, my spouse was gone. So it's like,
Right.
and I was used to them being there. Now they're not there.
Yeah.
But you seem to be doing pretty well. And like I told you, you take your time and all that stuff. So it's like, there's no rush.
No, I think the medication that the doctor switched me to and the dosage and everything is finally starting to kind of
Kick in.
I'm not gonna say that I'm like cured or 100% like woo, but I'm able to kind of move along, I guess. I don't know how else to put it.
I don't know if any of you out there that are listening to this right now, we've discussed it a little bit before. I myself was diagnosed with mixed anxiety and depression disorder. And then Gloria has a history of depression as well in her family. And I mean, it's something we're both working on right now. We're both, taking medications or whatever. To be quite honest, I think I'm going to be talking to my doctor soon to see if maybe I can make a change or I do. And I admit I'm kind of being lax on finding the like a therapist or a psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever.
Right.
which I feel like I do need, uh, you know, but you know, it's up to me, right? I gotta, you know, get off my ass and just do it.
Right.
So, but other than that, guys, I mean, we're not trying to throw a pity party in this episode or whatever, but I mean, we're doing fine. We're doing okay,
Yeah.
all things considered.
I wish I would have inherited $1 billion instead of like mental issues for my family.
Yeah, no kidding. What did I inherit? I inherited a horrible metabolism. Inherited, I don't know. Would be nice to have like rich parents.
I have all the crazy, so we're good.
But you know what? I appreciate them and what they did. Too bad it didn't off on me. Unbelievable. Oh,
No, I mean I still have my moments and stuff where I'm down. Obviously, it's normal. But I'm tending to deal with it a little better.
yeah, you're
So
doing great. But like I said, you take your time.
yeah, like I've said before, I wish I could just wake up and be okay, but that's not how it works.
So have you been talking to more people or
No, I'm still sheltered.
yeah.
That's probably. Uh, I'm working on it. I'm gonna return some phone calls, and I have text messages that I haven't answered. So I guess part of getting back to normal is, communicating with people.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think so.
so I'm gonna make it a point to.
That's kind of what I was getting at earlier. Like it's I can see you do need the time on your own by yourself just to kind of collect your thoughts and kind of grieve and deal with things, but then you're gonna have to kind of incorporate yourself into life again, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting into a routine. I mean, I go back either the first or the second week. I'm not 100% sure of next month of October. Um, but I need to start getting used to, talking to people and just kind of getting back into a routine.
I don't know if I should bring this up, but I totally get what you're saying. I know that was one fear of mine that I would start talking to people again, hanging out, doing whatever, and then something would trigger an emotional reaction from me, right? Like I remember I would talk to some people and I'd have to choke, like hold the tears back because like I didn't want to just start crying or bawling in front of someone.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it happens, it's normal, right? You're human, but it's, yeah, that was one thing that I kind of feared when I started talking to people again.
I don't have that fear. I mean, I know who I am, and I know, the people that like genuinely know me and are in my little circle.
Mhm.
They understand where I'm coming from. I don't worry about things like that.
So you would say that the true friends that you have would understand and be the ones to help you out.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. It's just I needed my space, and again, my people know me. They know that when I'm with John and in my little,
In your world.
in my own little world, I'll come back when I'm ready.
Right.
So
Well, that's kind of what Gloria and I were talking about. We were talking about kind of friendships and people being quote unquote real friends and acquaintances and all that kind of stuff. And I know it's funny because I've mentioned this before and we were kind of laughing about it. I had mentioned me personally, friendship or being called a friend was like a special title, right? It's something you earned. And like, I thought that people threw that word around too loosely. Like, they'll meet somebody and then, like,
oh, that's my friend so and so.
yeah, it's like, I don't know. I would like to hear what other people think about that because it's like, I can people they'll meet someone like and like within a week. Oh, this is my friend, and I always thought, I don't know if I'd call them a friend. Friends to me are like somebody that would like is like your right hand person, like someone you trust, and they would do anything for you, whatever.
Right.
So, I mean, and look, I've I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong or change my mind. Everyone is, right? It's you have free will. You could think however you want, do whatever you want, change your mind, whatever. But when Gloria and I were talking about it, uh, you know, I've met people recently that, people, oh, like I said, they refer you as a friend or whatever. And but I was accepting it this time, right? It's like I'm like, that's kind of how it works, right? You meet someone, you click or you vibe, and then it's like that's how friendships grow, right? So, maybe I'm thinking of a different, I guess, terminology for what I'm thinking. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I think people have different definitions of friends
You think so?
and different categories of friends. I know I do.
Uh-huh. So, tell me what are the different categories?
Well, when I was drinking and doing, all the partying and stuff, I had my group of friends. Like if I wanted to party with, certain alcohol or whatever,
Right.
I would call these friends. If I wanted to do drugs, I would call those friends. And if I wanted to just go to a bar or a club, I had a group of friends. Now that I've been
But would you say they're true friends or
no,
no?
at the time I thought
I don't know, because you have like buddies, acquaintances.
yeah, I mean at the time when I thought they were friends, but not really. We were just all doing the same things and enjoyed, getting messed up together, and it was different. I've been sober now for how many years?
That'd have to be a long time.
Yeah, I want to say maybe about 17 years, 18 years sober. Um, I will admit that, with the issues that I was having with my, grandma passing away, I kind of did have an issue with, wanting to start using again.
Mhm.
We talked about it. And something like that, I don't talk to just anybody. So I went to you, obviously. Um, I feel like I have acquaintances and I have friends. I have very few friends. My circle is super small.
I
And
think that's the best to have a small circle.
yeah, I have a small circle of friends, and then I have family members that I hang out with. If you look at my friend list, it's mostly all just family. Maybe two or three, maybe four different people that I consider like friends. But outside of that, not really. I don't really look for friendships. I mean, I'm a very closed off person, so
I'd say I'm the same. I don't look for friendships. I mean, they just kind of happen, right? Like, at least for me, I mean, I don't look like right now as it stands. And I know Gloria's gonna jump on me up for it, but I don't really have friends. I don't have people I hang out with. I don't have, I guess, people that I rely on. And I think part of it is because of my issues, my guard, always being on guard, being burned a lot before in the past.
right.
My lack of trust. I mean, the lack of trust is strong on this one. So, and I admit, I kind of, especially when I meet new people, I'm always like, right away, what's your angle?
Oh, I'm the same way.
Yeah, so it's like, which I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing because there's a lot of like
The,
not so good people, but
I'm gonna speak on my behalf.
mm,
I think that sometimes it can be a good thing, but I think a lot of times you're missing out on potential like good friendships or good people. Um, but that's just me though. Everybody's different with how what they consider a friend.
right.
Um, for you to call somebody a friend, like what is your like criteria?
I guess somebody I can rely on, call when I need them, um, get good advice from them, you know. They'll have my best interests always, and of course I would reciprocate. Um, I don't know. It's because I even thought about it when I was a kid, right? When you're a kid and you have friends, right? How many of those friends do you still talk to
Right.
or, hang out with
But see,
now?
those are excuse me, guys. There's friends that aren't meant to be in your life forever. Like I know growing up.
So would you even call them friends then? You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, some people that I grew up with, I wouldn't consider friends now. But I mean, if I saw them, I'd talk to them and just, approach them.
Right.
But I don't have I have maybe, I want to say, one or two people that I talk to still from high school.
I talk to nobody.
Buddy. No, I have two friends that I talk to that are still from high school.
Mm.
And one of them was before high school.
Wow. See, that's
Yeah, I've known her since probably fifth grade, but I know her brother since elementary school. I knew her brother before him or before her.
yeah. I mean, and there's even people that I've kind of befriended at work. I- And look, I'm gonna admit it right now. I suck as a friend. I do. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it because I'll get along with someone and we talk, we hang out, we do all this stuff, right? And then I don't make myself available. I don't be bothered, good friend I am. I don't know. It's a weird thing, and don't get me wrong. And anyone out there that I know, um, I don't mean to be like that. I don't mean to be like
But
not talk to anyone or
it's different once you hit adulthood. And especially once you get married, like
well, people have their own families and
right,
stuff.
the dynamic of your life changes, so you shift into a different, you know, type of lifestyle, Um, I know you tell me all the time, like, go have coffee with or get out of here. You're the one always encouraging me, just like I encourage you. But I'd rather be at home.
Yeah, I think I'm at facts. I think I'm at kind of at the age too where I don't want to go nowhere. Of course, when you're younger, you want to go out, go do stuff, and you're active. And yeah, I'm too old for that.
I mean, it's nice to like go out and, you know, hang out with people and stuff, but
Mhm.
it's like if I'm home, I want to be out, and if I'm out, I want to go back home. Like I don't.
Oh, isn't that funny? Like you go somewhere and it's like you look at your clock right, your watch right away. Like,
Yeah, it's only been 15
yeah,
minutes.
how long until I start to leave?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it could be an age thing too. Once you get older, you don't want to
You don't want to party
do
anywhere.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay home and chill and
And plus, like, a lot of people don't know how to have a good time without drinking or, and I've been over that phase for like a really long time,
right.
you know. Um it's just not something that I look forward to.
Yeah. I never understood that people that can't do stuff without having oh, they got a drink or I mean, I get it. You want to have a libation once in a while and loosen up, but some people like can't be without it.
Yeah,
Right.
I can't do that anymore.
And you shouldn't.
Well, no, I tell you, like, I went to my cousin's baby shower.
Mhm.
As you know, last week it was the first function that I've had, with my family since my grandma's passed.
Right.
Um, I just I was tired, and I was like, okay, it's time for me to go home. No, but um, I remember I came home and I told you like, oh, I had like 4 ounces of like wine, and you're like, okay, and it was like I felt the need to like tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was a big deal. I know I know we discussed that you were very tempted to fall back on that kind of stuff, which I'm not gonna say it worried me because I trust you, but you know, y- I mean, you're a grown woman. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. But that's, I didn't make a big deal out of it or anything. That's fine.
No, but the point is that you were the person that I thought of, like, to tell, because I consider you like my friend. And I know it's like such a cliche to say, like, oh, I married my best friend, or,
No, me and her are like besties, man. We're like, and with the bonus is that we're married too.
right, I guess that's the bonus. But whenever I do something or I make a mistake, like the first person I think of like telling is you, which is, and it's such a cliche thing, like, oh, I married my
I
best.
mean, I guess it's cliche, but it's true.
No, it is.
I would consider you are my best friend, my own friend, because I have no friends, people.
And I have no patience.
I have no friends, and she has no patience. So there you go. But yeah, I mean, I didn't. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I know I worry about you, obviously, and I want you to be good and okay. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm always here for you. I mean, to me, that's like true friendship, right? And guys out there, don't get me wrong. Like, if I just met you, no, I'm not trying to say no, no, you're not my friend, or you know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to make it a negative thing. I It's just a weird thing with me, like, cause I don't know what friends are friendship because I don't, like I said, I've been burned a lot before, and I'm very kind of guarded, and like I always wonder, like, what's this person's deal, or I wonder if they're gonna, whatever. Then, or I think maybe I set my standards too high. I have no idea.
I don't know. I
Because people are gonna do. You can't control anyone.
No, but see, the thing is that the friends that I do have, I consider it to be a beautiful thing,
Uh-huh.
you know,
And why is that?
because, like I said, there's a select few people that I know that I can call if I'm having like issues, or,
Right.
granted that I'm like kind of not talking to anybody, but there's
No,
reasons
I
for
know
that.
what you mean. Yeah.
But it's a beautiful thing to be able to connect with someone,
Mhm.
just to go have like a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and just have that rapport, that conversation, that person that understands you, you know. And I've gone through a lot of difficult times, and friends have come and left my life. Other people screw me over, and that's fine. Things happen in life, but I'm thankful for everybody that has been in my life, whether they were real friends or not, because
They formed you one way, shape, or whatever.
right, they formed a part of who I am now.
Mhm.
You know, um, It's very hard for me to open up to people. Like I said, I'm not communication is not my strongest suit,
Okay.
you know? And it's for me, I feel good when I know that I can, you know, even if it's just one of my cousins.
Mhm.
And I know they say like, "Oh, I'm your cousin, not your friend." And it's like, "No, you're my cousin and my friend."
Yeah, I think you can be if you can be a family member and still be a friend.
Of course, obviously,
Yeah.
you know. Um and I don't know, I just think it's nice to have at least one or two people in your little circle that get who you are, you know, and that understand who you are and where you're coming from. You know,
That
that
really care.
that genuinely care and enjoy. I have those type of people in my life, whether it's, somebody I consider a friend or somebody that's a family member. I know that I have those people that I can, rely on and lean on if I need to, and the friends that are no longer friends or in my life, you learn lessons. I think that you meet certain people throughout your life when you need to meet them to learn certain lessons, and then they just leave,
Mhm.
your life, and that's fine. People grow, they grow apart, you mature differently at different rates. And if you do find a friend, just, value that relationship and respect it for what it is.
I think that's important, like, cause I think some people take it for granted or don't, like you said, respect it.
Right.
And that's I think one of the things that
I think that is the most important foundation in a friendship. If you have no respect for the person that you are quote unquote friends with, there's no trust. And if there's no trust, and it's like a domino effect. There's so many different things that have to come together and align to become friends with people and to consider them friends, at least in my life. There's people that I've known for years. They're not friends of mine, they're acquaintances.
right.
And that's okay. It doesn't mean
So why okay, let me ask you this. Why would you refer them as an acquaintance?
because to me, a friend is somebody that I can call out of the blue. Like I do have friends that I don't see all the time. You know what I'm talking about. I have friends that don't necessarily live down the street, so we don't see each other all the time. But when we do, it's special, you know. And I make time for it, and I make a date for it, or whatever. But an acquaintance to me is just they're people that, you know, again, if I see you, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna have that mutual like respect, and but am I gonna go out of my way to, make a coffee date with you or, something like that? Probably not. Maybe it's because I feel like we don't have enough things in common or your beliefs are different than mine. I'm never gonna be disrespectful to anybody,
Mm,
unless they're disrespectful first. So that's why, a lot of the people in my life, I consider them acquaintances and not friends,
right.
you know? But everybody's standards are different. And just because you're an acquaintance doesn't mean that, I don't like you or anything. It's just I don't consider you somebody that I would call at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's true. You rely on none.
I don't rely on that.
None.
And again, I have friends that I can call at 2 o'clock in the morning.
All I know is that you better be my friend if you're calling me at 2 a.m. Better be my friend.
Somebody better be in an emergency to call me at that time,
Yes.
you know. But it's happened. People have called me at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mm,
And it's just like, okay, I pick up my phone and it is what it is. But sometimes it's one of my brothers calling for something or whatever. But I will always pick up my phone.
mm.
So
Yeah, I mean, so then by that logic, I'm my peanut brain over here. Um, so if you were to just meet someone,
right.
like say on Facebook or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, um,
I do actually have a lot of friends that I've had for years on Facebook that I've never ever met.
really,
Yeah.
like face to face, you mean?
Yes, I've never met them face to face, but we're in the same groups
Mm.
and we share.
See, even then, I don't. Well, recently I had, like I said, guys. Recently, I've met a bunch of people, and one of my things, especially with starting the blog and the podcast and all of that stuff, I wanted to find like-minded people that I can like hang out. Well, I guess virtually hang out with, right? Hang out with, talk to, have things in common, and that's how friendships are born, right?
Right.
So, like I said, I suck at it, so it's like my understanding and definition and all of that might be wrong, or it's wrong.
Right.
So, and don't get me wrong, I've met some awesome people and I really like them, and I would talk to them all the time and stuff. They what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say fulfill, but
You guys are like-minded.
yeah, you kind of click,
Right.
right? And then it's like it makes you feel good, right? Because oh man, I found these people that that I click with, and it's like
They understand where I'm coming.
yeah, they understand where I'm coming from.
But that's how you build friendships.
Right.
I do have friendships that I've developed throughout the years on, different groups and stuff.
Uh,
There was a Walking Dead group that I joined a really long time ago when the show first came out, and I still talk to maybe 3 people from that group, and that group no longer exists.
wow.
You know what I mean? And
Well, the show's been over for a while, right?
well, no,
Couple years or
the administrator, I guess,
yeah, but the main show is done.
the main show is done, but there was groups that I joined that
No, but I'm saying the actual show.
yeah, that's done.
And then there's like spin-offs.
There's
now,
different
too.
realities now and different yeah.
Mm.
But that's besides
I kind of lost interest in that show after a while. But I mean, whatever. It was a great show, don't get me wrong. But just like the other day, when was it? Yesterday, today? Stranger Things. I'm already like over. They're coming back what in January or something like
something
that?
like that. I'm still watching it just
I don't
because
care anymore.
it's been one of my favorite shows. Like
It was good, but
yeah,
then it's like they wait too long between seasons.
yeah, the kids like now are like
They're all gonna be like grandparents by the time they come back. It's like seriously.
but anyways, what I was saying about that group is that the admin, I guess, got bored of running the group and he closed it down.
Uh-huh.
But I still kept in contact with a lot of those people. I
Right.
know. And there are people that I talk to, not every day, but every once in a while we'll have like a conversation or whatever. Um, it's weird. I was like, I have an easier time making virtual friends than I do people face to face, I guess.
Isn't it something? Well, you figure it's the day and age of I mean the internet
Right.
and social media. So it's like that look at how we met. That's how we met.
Actually, yeah, we
We
met on
met
Facebook.
we met on Facebook. We didn't meet face to face. That's how a lot of people meet nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known people where all their friends are online friends. They don't have like real people friends. They're real people. I know they're real people. But you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of your I mean, and one of the awesome things about the internet and social media and all of that stuff, you can become friends with someone in a whole nother country.
No, and it's cool because like a lot of the groups that I'm on Facebook, um, you have a lot of people. I mean, obviously there's fake profiles and all that stuff, but
Mhm.
once you weed through all of that and you have like your core members, you become friends with some of them,
Right.
and I don't honestly see anything wrong with it. It's just,
No, not at all.
and it's easier to talk to people that you already know have things in common with you
Yeah, that's true.
than it is to talk to somebody,
Like that's one thing that I don't want to say hate that I dislike is that awkwardness when you meet someone. And the older I got, the better it got, right? Like when you're older, it's not as awkward and whatever. It can get awkward.
So what do you do for a living? Are you married? How many kids do you have? Where did you grow up? Those type of conversations.
I mean, they're icebreakers. I mean, what else are you supposed to ask someone you don't know? Like, you're not gonna ask them some deep philosophical question.
No, but what does it matter how many brothers I have and where I grew
All
up?
right, so we're gonna do a little role playing right now. You just met me. Go ahead. Tell me how are you gonna? If we're standing at a bus stop.
Stop talking to me, you creep. I'm married.
I'm not married. No.
I don't know you, sir. Stop talking to me. That's what I would say.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, you're not my friend. But yeah, I mean that's one, and I'm already socially awkward, and I feel uncomfortable. So it's like when I meet new people, it's like, ugh, it just makes my skin crawl, kind of.
I'm,
And I don't mean it in a bad way, I guess.
I'm okay with meeting people.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not very social, but I'm okay with meeting people.
Yeah, I mean, me neither.
But if it starts to get awkward, I'm just like, okay, well, nice to meet you, and I like leave
I
the
like
situation.
turtles.
I like turtles.
And then just walk away.
I like pickles.
I like pickles. Yeah, but we need that human interaction, though. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like for me personally, I that's something I guess I gotta work on, right? I gotta just be more,
You know,
because you can't live your life just thinking someone's gonna screw you over all the time. And I think that was one of my problems for a long time. I always thought someone was gonna make criticize me or make fun of me, judge me, or do something to me because whatever. I always had my guard up, always. And even now to this day, I still
I'm guarded. I'm the same in that
it's still
way.
guard.
And again, it's because we both come from backgrounds where we've been hurt or, betrayed or whatever, you know. But
But ultimately, it's up to us to fix it, right?
of course,
Right.
one of the reasons.
And like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's like I said before, um, it's like you're allowed to mature, change your mind, change your view, your mindset, whatever.
Right.
You're allowed. So like with me, it's like, I've said the friend thing is I'm kind of changing my mind on it because I mean I think you can meet someone, you guys are on common ground equally, you're into the same stuff, you click whatever, and then you're like I guess you can call them a friend, right? Like this is my friend Gloria or this is my friend Bob or
No, this is your wife, Gloria.
and you're also my friend.
Well, what I was saying before you cut me off was, one of the reasons why I like working, the type of job that I did.
Because you don't gotta work with people.
No, it's because, I liked working with older people. I know that seems kinda.
Oh no, we have talked about this
Yeah, we have.
because older people have like a lot of history.
Yeah, and to me, I find it fascinating, one of the oldest people that I worked with at one point was a 98-year-old man, and, he was still with it. He was able to, like, walk. He did everything by himself.
Mhm.
He just needed someone to remind him about his, medications. And he had gone to war and, he married a lady from the country where they had war.
Mhm.
And um just his story was so fascinating to me, you know. And then there was somebody else that I worked with. He was younger, older person, if that makes sense. So maybe like in his 60s,
But
70s. Um, his story was so fascinating to me. I think I told you this off the air,
yeah.
but he survived a plane crash and he survived, and the only thing wrong with him is that he broke both of his legs
Mm.
and he crashed the plane. And his story to me was just like so fascinating, you know.
Right.
And it was just like I've met so many different people with so many like cultural backgrounds and so many different stories
Mm.
that it's fascinating to me. And that's one of the reasons why I like working, with the elderly. It's just because you learn, so much from them.
Right.
And I have an easier time talking to an older person than I do some of my old age.
Really? Wow.
Ooh, excuse me. I just sneezed.
I roll the peppers again.
Oh man. Yeah, but I have an easier time connecting to older people than I do people around my age.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you said it's a connection. It's a human connection that I have an easier time connecting to.
Yeah, I think we all do need that human connection. It's not, and I get it. I mean, I admit it. I'm like that where I would cut people off. I wouldn't. I would. There's an old song. What is it? I mean, it was in Spanish, but loosely translated, I'd rather be alone than with bad company.
Mhm.
And that's kind of how I live my life. And that's not necessarily the best thing to do.
No, but in a sense, I understand what you're saying.
Mm.
I do not have time for other people's drama.
That's the thing. I don't want the other
I,
people's trauma.
you know, um, I went from being super busy, with everything that I was doing before, and now I'm being like calm and just, being on my own. And I have no time to listen to other people's like drama.
Right.
And most of the drama that is in people's lives is self-inflicted, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And they want to drag you into it.
I don't have time for the he said, she said, they said, I did. I don't care.
Right.
You know, if it's not productive and it's not conducive to, me or my family, I don't have time for that drama.
Right.
And that's why I'm super selective on who I, allow myself to have friendships with and people to communicate with.
Mm.
I have no problems taking the scissors and cutting cords and, cutting.
Oh, I'm the same way. Like I'll burn the bridge. I don't
Right.
care.
If I even suspect that something's off, I don't bother with it.
Yeah.
I don't have the time or the energy.
Right. But like I said, we do need the human connection, and I admit that I'm probably wrong, or I am wrong about the whole friendship thing or whatever. I mean, it's possible to meet someone and then just become friends fairly, soon after. So I mean, but then it's something that grows, right? You nourish it, and if it goes somewhere, then great. And some, like you said, some people are gonna follow the wayside, and some people are gonna stick around.
Right, and there's also fair weather friends. They're there when everything is good and goes, everything's all aligned.
Mm,
And the moment that, things backfire or things fall apart, poof, they disappear. And that's fine. I've had that happen so many times in my life.
yeah. So, yeah. So the moral of the story on this episode is, don't suck as a friend, like Joel does. No, but yeah. I mean, you're gonna meet people are gonna come and go. Some are gonna you'll vibe with. Some you won't. That's just life. So it's like, but you shouldn't have to shut people out. You know what I mean? And I mean, just be smart, I guess, and then look out for yourself and know that some people have you in, their best interests or whatever, and they want you to succeed and do well. Some people, not so much. And that's okay. You don't need to mess with them.
No,
Right.
just get a dog.
Or a cat. But cats have attitude. They don't our cat doesn't even want to be touched.
No, I was like, I prefer animals over people, so,
Most people do,
I
but
do.
that's all right. There's just some limitations with animals.
I'm a no.
All right, guys, we're gonna leave it there. Hopefully that wasn't too much babbling, but I think you guys know where we're coming from. Remember to visit the website, sessionsandlessonsunscripted.com. If you got anything you want to suggest, complaints about Gloria, anything, send an email to sessionsandlessonsmail@gmail.com. Don't forget to visit us on the socials, TikTok, Instagram, Bookface, whatever.
Basically on a major crap.
Yeah, and you can hear us on all of the major streaming platforms. So I mean, YouTube, everything. We got some stuff in the works too, which we're gonna surprise you guys with later on. But yeah. So we really appreciate you guys listening and tuning in and spreading the word to you people out there that I've met recently. Hey, I'll try to be a good friend and not suck. No, but those guys are great. Everyone that I've been meeting lately, they're great. Yeah. So anything you want to add, Gloria? Any friends you want to make?
No.
No. She wants to go pet her cat that doesn't want to get pet.
Yeah, I want to force my animals to love me.
Yeah, she has to force the cat to cuddle with her. All right, guys. That's it for us. Thank you again. Appreciate you, and we will see you on the next episode.